So we're going to be measuring going forward on and off balance sheet client assets. The revenue impact, however, was there was no negative revenue impact falling out because of the reduced funds under management. Actually, it increased because as clients purchased more and more securities, our gains on securities trade went up, as I said, from 966 million to 1.23 billion. So therefore, and the active management of our cost of funds, that worked well for us also. In terms of the business line of pension, our funds under management grew by 14%. Revenues actually grew over 100% for the year. So therefore, the cross-selling efforts is working. The introduction of the new business lines is working. The new investors, I would say, have benefited from a very strong value proposition in the pensions area. JMB's knowledge of the pension legislative landscape, as I said, our portfolio management expertise, and our three investment strategies enable for clients to line up with either conservative, moderate, or aggressive risk appetite, which will line up their investment strategies with their risk appetite. So therefore, I encourage investors, because I think investors are now, starting to believe that this environment could actually be stable for the medium to long term, and therefore clients and their investment horizon may look to extend over time. And we might see that occurring in the next couple of years, once we can hold it together and we don't have the volatility in interest rates which we have had in the past. In terms of our equities, we will still remain the #1 broker in terms of execution of the number of trades. Sorry about that, Maybury. But I know our volumes actually increased for the year from 581 million to 728 million in terms of volumes. Total commissions doubled from 10 million to 20 million. And we continue to really add value for the clients by monitoring their holdings in stocks and bonds and showing them the opportunities in terms of buy and sell and hold opportunities, and continue to give them timely research. I'm not sure if you see the research pieces in the newspaper in relationship to recommendations and even economic research. In the credit area, we have been doing a stabilization effort for the last year or two, and that has come in a time where in this economic environment where it's quite challenging, we wanted to stabilize the area and ensure that we had the team to take this credit business forward, because this credit business is extremely important to JMMB moving forward. And this we will roll into our banking opportunity if we are approved. But we are building out this credit operation, and it has taken some serious work. I'd like to acknowledge Patricia Sutherland in this regard in terms of really stabilizing the area and putting us on a platform for growth. Our focus in this area will be the refinance of existing fixed rate loans at lower rates for our clients. And we are looking really to be competitive in terms of rates and fees in this area. And for the small and medium enterprises, commercial loans, and expanding this offering and really trying to be solution oriented for this market segment. We also have new leadership in this area in Mr. Carl Townsend, who just joined us recently. Carl is from a long history in banking and in the financial institutions. And Carl, we welcome you on board. And trust me, you are going to be accountable, sir. We can hold him to account next year, right? Okay. JMMB Insurance Brokers has had a pretty decent year. Their commissions from general insurance increased from 11 million to 23 million. Their core revenues grew from 19.9 to 36.9 million. And the acquisition of the portfolio of City Insurance Brokers, in line with our strategy of acquisitions, has really given us an additional presence in the market. And we're actually, where is Samantha? No, what's her name? We're actually moving into profitability in this area, in the insurance brokerage, and we're actually making profits in the area now. So therefore, I'd like to congratulate Cecile Coco and her team for moving us in this direction. It's been a long road and a tough road, but we're getting there, and we're really providing value-added products and services to the client. For example, our Smart Choice home insurance product, and it is underwritten by American Home Insurance, and it delivers exclusive benefits to our clients. And the reason why we're able to negotiate these types of products and services on the insurance side is because of the size of our client base. We're able to get real great value and for our clients in this regard. And I recommend that you share with your friends, etc., and take a look at what we have to offer here. On the Smart Biz also, which covers commercial loans, insurance products, right? Smart Biz is also an excellent product, and our retail base, they have seen the benefits of our motor Smart Pack, which offers discounts of 15 to 30%. But all this is varies depending on age, your history. If you're crashing car every year, you may have a problem, right? In terms of our regional diversification across the region of the Dominican Republic, JMMB has had a great performance in the year to US $1.3 million. That is a hell of a performance for the Dominican Republic team. Funds under management and credit lines increased by 82% to 70 million. Dividend payment was made up 20%, return on average equity of 39%, and investment portfolio grew by 82% also. And we also opened a new branch in Santiago. So therefore, we're looking now to increase market share in the retail area. Okay? In terms of Trinidad and Tobago, now Trinidad had a really challenging economic environment, and the banks really had a tough time in relationship to their loan portfolios. You know, decrease in credit demand, rising unemployment, and high liquidity levels as the central bank reduced rates to, you know, to unheard of levels. I mean, interest rates were in Trinidad like at 1%. You know, they were competing with the US Fed, right? But IBL, we're still able to make a profit of TT 4.1 million, sorry. Net interest income improved by 4%, representing 59% of our operating income. Operating expenses were tightly managed, which were down by about 4%, inclusive of provisions. Our group asset base closed at 975 million, and we took the opportunity to really pay down expensive funding during the period and remove the surplus cash balances from our balance sheet, which led to the increased net interest income. Okay? JMB's commitment to corporate social responsibility. We continue to be socially responsible. Imani would like me to say it like this: we seek to facilitate the fulfillment of dreams. You know what I mean? Yeah. That don't necessarily work for me, right? Donna and Imani can say it like that. Right? We continued critical support for the two major programs, KUMI, for the mentally ill, and the children's program, and the JMMB JFF UTech Coaching School. And we continue with our branches. Our branches are connected to their communities, and they still continue to do work in the community development, health, and education. But we also took on a greater challenge this year. After the whole Tivoli crisis, Joe Mathalon, we had a conversation, and Joe Mathalon had asked myself, and Imani was right here beside me, to take up the challenge of designing a program to get to the youth of the communities of the inner city areas that are seriously challenged. And it is a challenge. So we partnered with the PSOJ and Development Options in developing a program to really get to, in the first stage of this program, 2,200 youth. And the objective is to really deal with employability through skills upgrading and training, mentorship, social transformation, and employment, okay? And our commitment to youth has been the leadership support. I myself chair the programs committee, and Imani chairs the communication and is responsible for the engagement of the rest of the private sector. But between Imani and Joe Matlan, they have done a tremendous job in pulling in the support of the private sector, and they're on board. And every 2 days, this is something on youth in the newspaper, so I guess Imani must be doing a good job at communicating, right? Okay, for the year, I would say we had two real significant milestone achievements. In January, our preference share offer was oversubscribed by 33%. Now, in this environment, for investors to invest for a 5-year period at 8.75, between 8.5 and 8.75%, it underlies a confidence in JMMB, but it also gives cash flow on a monthly basis, which investors like also. But it was 2.76 billion. It's the largest offer ever done in Jamaica. So it's another milestone for JMMB. I'd like to acknowledge, though, for the leadership of Keisha Anderson in this regard. She took this one on and really delivered. Along with the branches, the retail team, and the corporate solutions team, who gave it their best shot, that we were able to gain such a significant oversubscription. We also won the JMMB won the JCC Best of the Chamber Award for a large category. We're up against companies like Red Stripe, Digicel, NCB, who does buy a piece of us, right? You know what I mean? I would dust them out. But I really never thought we'd dust them out, right? So I was the most surprised person up there, right? So when them said JMMB, I said, are them serious? Anyway, when because I was really looking forward to doing it next year, right? After associated we get the ROE up there, we're looking to do it next year or the following year. However, they saw our plans, they met with our leadership team, and they were able to understand exactly where JMB was heading. I think based on that assessment, we're able to win this award. On behalf of the JMMB team, I'd like to, on behalf of the shareholders, I'd like to acknowledge the JMMB team, and on behalf of the JMMB team, I would like to acknowledge the shareholders who have stuck with us through thick and thin.